Sorry, it's really loud over there. I can, you know, talk. I'm gonna put that right there so I can keep watching my documentary. Open Twitch so I can watch this stream on my laptop so I can see chat. Where is my tractor? Am I done? Docking station, home 5th grade. Oh no, I'm not done. This is what we were doing. Okay. Stream casually taking forever to load. Yeah, so I died twice. Can tell there's a death crate right there and a death crate over here. And you might be thinking, oh, well, there's an endless pit over here. How'd you die? Funny story. A fail. Surprise. Of no one. I fell. Very, very sad day that I fell. Oh, she ended up like a spoiled little shit. Probably her mother, to be honest here. Like dog. Seriously? So they're raised because of their parents. The father's like that. Hint, hint. Could be... Okay, I can't really... Hold on. Oh yeah. Ooh yeah, now I have access to all my stuff. Oh, I lose a single iron ingot. No shit, no, it's enough space. Foundations, we need one of these. Oh yeah, makeshift stairs. Who doesn't hate them? I hate them. So, you know. God damn it. Not gonna lie, having quick access to this pit might be a good idea. Support structure over here. Hold on. Goofy ass glitch. Put that there. Put a thing. What's it clipping with? What the fuck's down there? Okay, yeah, there's something right there. Okay, more over clearing. I'm assuming that. Is that okay? That's unfortunate. Put that there, that way we can sort of... Oh, hold on. Let's actually do this. 1mm ramp. Okay. So I'm gonna demolish that and that. Got a 1mm there. Place it there. Put a 1mm ramp here. 1mm ramp there. And the same right there. There we go. Okay. So now we have easy access to this like lower area, because I have no doubt in my mind I'm gonna fall down there again during clearing this out. Oh yeah, that's right. So everyone saw the reaction I had to when I was over here last time. Wasn't great. There's a spider. I hate spiders with a passion. It's like some sort of spider phobia, I swear that I have. Anyways, so spider issue over here. So we actually did go over here, as you can tell. It was a little cleared out, you know, but we actually cleared out fairly good over there too. The only issue that we had was that you know, this tractor doesn't exactly fit in there going in. Okay, yeah, so that's what was in there, was spiders. Ugh. And then the delay on my stream. Yeah, we actually cleared out fairly quickly out here. Goes pretty far back there. The only issue now is there's a like absolutely giant stink things that are in the way that'll kill you if you're too close. Hold on, I'm just gonna pick that up and start deleting some of this. Oh, I thought having access to a literal death pit would be nice, but whatever. What do I know? Well, I should know it. I'm the one that came up with it, but whatever. I'm just hoping I don't accidentally click. Okay, get like. Okay, crouch. Okay, make sure we are firmly in a safe position before we start deleting. Okay. So what we're going to do to prevent me from falling again is we're going to do this. We're going to put a platform there, platform here, did I build one? I did. Very sad. There. This long open stretch for us to drive on. Because how I actually like fell was I was driving out of this cave at an awkward angle, because you could kind of go out this way rather than this way, since the tractor won't really fit. So then you have to go this way, which then leads you onto this like dead strip that was right here that we just covered, which if you have momentum will cause you to fall, and I like to drive quickly because I need to get to places. So now, in order to ensure that that doesn't happen, we're gonna do this. God, I have access to walls. that. So now when we're coming out of there, we can just kind of like not die. It's just all kinds of fun. Oh, I think it's fuel tank. Hold on. I completely forgot it needs gas. Or biofuel, technically. I wonder if at some point we'll unlock different vehicles. At some point in this game, like other things better than the tractor. Or worse, because there are games where you like dead ass just unlock something slightly worse than the original car. Because it has a very niche purpose. There's a death crate over there that we're gonna go head to after we do something called inventory dumping, which Minecraft? Oh no. So Minecraft videos. I've played Minecraft for a long time now. But unfortunately the Minecraft on the computer, which is the thing I know how to stream on, the Minecraft launcher for the Microsoft Store doesn't work. Microsoft Store won't download anything. It's very annoying. Yeah. I'll go with this stuff to unlock. Yeah, apparently power stuff is a thing, but I don't know why you would ever need these. But I don't know. We're currently working on completing Phase 2 of the tower and unlocking Phase 5. But, that's going to be a very long time, as you can see, and we need 1,000 of 2 components and 100 of some other components, which take forever to manufacture. They're being made over there, which then take a while to get over there. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to try to produce more of the components that produce the other stuff. Stupid ads, let me watch my documentary. Thank you. Yeah, so, you know, things. Oh, if you want to go watch the streams without, I don't know, like half the stuff the streams will have, posts are on YouTube. Go check out the YouTube channel. Go subscribe, 100%. Shameless plug, absolutely. Anyways, back to what we were doing. So, we're going to be producing... rotors? Is it rotors that we're going to shoot? Yeah, we only have 2 things producing rotors. Which, rotors are very much a necessary thing that we have to make. Because without the rotors, then we have the issue of, no stuff. Or no specialty parts. Which I have, I think, 1 machine dedicated to feeding it rotors, which is taking way too long. So I'm going to produce... So I'm going to design or get 2 more machines to produce even more. Because... Surprise, surprise, this stuff takes forever. And I produce these materials constantly. I just need to come over here and go to... Here. Yeah, this stuff. Yeah, this stuff. What is this? What is this?
The metal has been named Caterium after Fixit's greatest CEO, Katerina Parks. It has been added as a viable alternative to gold in industrial applications, specifically in advanced electronics due to its superconductivity, malleability, and corrosion resistance.
So I found gold. Neat. Gold come back here. Gold I can't really harvest, apparently, though. Because, matter of fact, where I found that stuff, it wasn't actually in like a deposit, like where the miners are at. It was in a, it's just like a single vein of it that you could harvest by hand. And that was quite literally just it. Just to go through a whole lot. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to take this guy apart, hit V, and hunt for more iron. Okay. Okay, deposits are that way. So we're going to take this tube to like hopefully speed up that process of heading that general direction. It's not like actual area. Set the tube this way, go this way. Steel production goes berg 100%, 100%, 100%. Also takes forever, but you know, do what we gotta do. Tractor. Boom, boom. Okay. Hit V again, select iron. Deposits are this way. Several deposits over this way. Okay. Oh, and there's a hostel over here. Hold on. Because I know this is going to be I'm just going to run over real quick. Yeah, it's how you kill spiders. God, I hate those things so much. Anyways, that's how you kill like most things in this game. Is just run them over. Took like 3 things or 1 thing, which is that, but a bigger version of it. Horns instead of just all that. Kinds of fun things. That documentary paused. Stupid as you keep be off. No. So, digging up a part this area. Dang. What the fuck? Huh. I don't know. I don't want to know what's in here. Okay. Yeah, there's a giant evil red thing over there. I was gonna block it off. Never mind. Okay. Who loves this game? Bug off. Okay, so I think what the plan is we're going to set up these these ones to specifically produce necessary materials to produce what we want, which is the rotors, I think is what they're called. Yeah, they're rotors, I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. But in order to do that, we need some resources. We're gonna go head back to base. Get some resources, and then, yeah, I think like an hour into the stream, we're gonna swap over to Helldivers, since, you know, that game's fun. A lot of fun with that game. You know, after an hour of this thing, I get bored. It's also good. Yeah, the cave we found is full of those. There's like those, and I have no idea how to get rid of them. I'd love to know how to get rid of them if you can. So resource material? This is sulfur. Yeah. Oh no, it's limestone. Dang, that was some tough limestone. Yeah, it's not full of those. The poison orange thing that my head is pointing at. But it is full of those that my head's also pointing at. Yeah, it's full of those. It's got like 10 of them just sitting there. Just spewing stuff. So, yeah, I don't think there's any resources we're gonna get from those caves unless I suddenly know how to, like, avoid dying or taking damage from, like, a gas mask or something. But until then... limestone. The barrel nut stuff goes over here. Sort. That. Okay, so let's see here. So the stuff we're gonna need is, in our production, we need a constructor, an assembler, a smelter, don't need one of those, and a miner. In our power, we're going to need power poles. I don't know why again you would need these, but whatever. Power pole. Oh, add to to-do list. Ah, that's a feature. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, boom. 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 Okay, that. Okay, so from there we need concrete. We need wire. Rods. Hold on, I need to know how to make a portable miner. How do I do that? I don't know. Okay. Leave me reinforced plates. Cable. Plate. Regular. Rotor. Portable miner. How do I make a portable miner? What are the resources necessary to make a portable miner? Tools. Oh, I can make them. Neat. Okay. So then, what's the other stuff? Edit to-do list. Okay, is that everything we need? Okay, yeah, that's everything we need. Okay. Actually, hold on. Oh, I forgot about the death crate. It's like, whatever. Back here, do some demo. If this area isn't clear, then I will lose my Everland mine for some reason. These big guys first. Massive trees. Since these guys will inevitably be biggest eyesore. just, you know, doing the demo of clearing out the wasteful materials. Am I dumb? Or are those miners not hold on. I'm smart. I'm smart. 100%. I'm intelligent. I think what we're going to do next, though, is I want to do the 2. Whatever. Is that open? No, that isn't open. Hold on. Station, do that, and then go over there. A pole, which then I'm going to hook that up. Wires doing boom. Boom. Okay, put that there. Yay. Okay, so in order to I believe, hold on, logistics, conveyor belts. Oh, that one's being used. Why is this one being used? That's why this one's being used. Okay, interesting. I have the materials to make a splitter. I do. Okay, so I'm gonna just install a splitter there. Access, intelligence, the things that all pioneers must have. I don't have it. I'm gonna get fired. Anyways, so we're gonna do something like this. You know, set them up like that. You know, nice and. Okay, boom. Bet. Okay, so, construction-wise, I need... What materials need to make... Where's my... Is there a station over here? Did I make a station? I think I made a station over here. I did. So, station's pretty much referring to these two structures over here, which is a workshop and a bench. So in order to make a plate, I need ingot. Wait, hold on. No. Electronic, no. Compound, no. Biomass, no. Industrial parts, rotors. This is what we need to make, is a rotor. This is one of the parts we need. Oh, and a starter. Or stator. Or starter? Stoter. Stotters. Starter. No. Stator. I don't know. Anyways, rotor. We need this. We need to make these. Which involves screws and rods. These two machines will produce me a plethora of rods. Only one of them will produce me screws. So in order to do that, we need to make plates. In order to make plates, yeah, it's a whole mess. Okay, production, constructor. Boom. Boom. Wait, no, I don't need these. I need furnaces. Can I make a furnace? I can. Boom. Boom. Okay. So, 3. Stupid. Okay, that's constructed. Okay, so we have smelters. Now we need constructors, which when we configure, we can start making plates. This needs to make iron. This needs to make iron. Okay, and another constructor. Okay, another constructor. We're gonna also set up it for plates. Hook it up, hook it up. I really hope this doesn't kill my power, because if it does, that means I'm gonna have to spend time going to find more bodies of water, which on this map, well, I guess we could just like reuse this area since there's more materials over here. There's a lot more materials over here, so we can just go over there. I'm stupid. Okay, so we're making plates now, so now we need to have... Hold on. If I do that... Bitch got tased. Hold on. Oh, ha ha ha, sluggy. Oh, that's funny. Bitch got tased. Oh, I'm watching a documentary right now. Oh, it's a current documentary about dumbasses. Brain dumb. Hold on. Hold on. Boom. Boom. Finish for this lady. Boom. Okay, so these now have power, and this is going to be set up to make rods. This one's going to be set up to make rods. And then we're going to grab my constructor, build it again. Set this to make screws. I'm smart. I wasn't paying attention to what the recipe called for. Yay. Okay. That's set up to make rods. Not what it needs to do. I paid attention in logic class. I'm smart. Anyways, so boom and boom are not going to be set up to then link up to an assembler. It's then going to be designed to make rotors, which is all kinds of fun. So I'm going to grab that, put that there. Grab that, put that there. Give this puppy power. There we go, like that. Now here in set, hold on, plates. Staying cool, kids. It makes you better at games. It also doesn't make you dumb and yeah. Oh, that's actually producing rods very slowly. Why is... Oh, because this is the one that's hooked up to the splitter, huh? If I do this real quick, hold on. Do I really need as much? Yeah, I know it can like 2 hours. Who cares? Shut up. That's fine. Who really needs... Anyways. Okay. Oh yeah, more constant flow worth materials. 100%, 100%, 100%. Okay, so now we have... resources. How long is the stream going on for? 36 minutes? Wow, I was slacking, huh? Anyways, so... yeah. Okay, so now that this monstrosity is set up, then I'm gonna come over to... is it up here? I think it's up here. Yeah, it's up here. Up here, go to here, set up my workstation. That is a terrible spot for me to set up my... every time I see a cave, I just get shivers because I remember the stupid spiders. Crafting bench. Equipment workshop. It's facing the wrong way. Equipment workshop. Hold on, do I? I do. Okay, I'm gonna do this because, yeah, because there's nothing good down here, and they're evil creatures that I have no idea have the ability to, you know, think. So we're just gonna barricade because it's the smart thing to do. What in the world is that? Anyways, so I need that. Nope, that. Place that there. And I need to make 2 miners? Yeah, 2 miners. Okay. Boom. Go to production. Boom. 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 Power. Okay, constructor. Boom, boom, boom. Rods. Wait, hold on. Stupidity coming in. I need that first. Boom. Boom, okay. Smelter. Right there. And constructor right there. And then constructor right there. That key goes there. 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 So produce rods. This will produce screen. Uh-oh. I blew a fuse. I have too much stuff going on. So, yeah, we're out of power now. Yay, I blew a fuse. He likes blowing fuses. Okay, so we're going to need to work on making more power. That means I'm going to have to know how to make a miner. That. That's. Okay, so we need some parts. Yay. Okay, we're gonna build another. Let's actually build a few of these. Build until I run out of rods. Okay. Oh, right, that's right. We're out of power. I know. We're losing power. We need to head back to base, go grab some resources, go over to another spot where we do some power, and get some facilities running again. What the heck? Boom. Now, considering this game is like hypertubes, I wouldn't be like as far-fetched to think that at some point we're gonna get a flying vehicle. Like, just saying. Grab those resources. And your rods. Rods. Okay. I'm actually no doubt gonna need a lot of rods, so. Other stuff I'm gonna need. More cable. Wrong box. Still the wrong box. That box. Refresher cable supply. Probably more plates. Maybe more plates. I don't know. We're gonna produce rods. And since someone's watching, I'm gonna go do my laundry. Alright, I'm back to my viewership of 0. That's right, they're making steel. Oh, that one's bigger. Oh, so they are hostile. Okay. Interesting. There's a couple deposits over here. You can destroy it.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. It is unclear where on the flora or fauna spectrum it lies, but initial data suggests this might be a nest or an egg. Research the remains in the MAM to establish classification and potential countermeasures.
Yeah, blow it up. Or shoot it from a distance. It's the best way. So effective. Oh god damn, the thing's ranged. Hold on. Okay, so there's coal up there. We need to transport it down here to the water sources, but there's an issue. There's a lot of hostile creatures up way or is it that way? This way. Yeah, it was this way. There's that weird structure that's up there. There, but there's a giant, like, thing. Yeah, that thing that lives over there, so. What the hell is wrong with the stupid, like, treads? Dang, you can see that space station from like anywhere. I am miles away from my main base, and I can still see it. power storage that actually might be useful. Materials, great. Okay. What is this one? Yeah, I need those weird ass frames that are out here somewhere. I think they're over here actually. Yeah, I think it's over here. Production capacity, consumption. Okay, stuff's turning back on. Machine's turning back on. Get like straight line. Structure from the original. Thus, scientists tell us that this technology can't work outside of laboratory conditions. Yet, there are a lot of examples of technology that initially only worked under laboratory conditions. Things like 3D printing or special stealth coatings used on aircraft. Yet in time, we've seen these technologies spread outside of the laboratory to the point that they're ubiquitous. Games Workshop may still price miniatures like 3D printers don't exist, but everybody knows somebody who has one in their garage today. Possibly go wrong with nanomachines that can directly manipulate your DNA and replicate exponentially. Well, it turns out that any self-replicating technology is pretty much the single most dangerous thing we could ever invent. Even more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Across the planet, their own emission. Unrecognizable masses of undulating flesh that covers the entire planet like a carpet. Basically, it's an Endura situation. Advancements in nanomachines that can self-replicate exist outside of the body as well. Self-replicating machines have a plethora of That's weird. Oh, it's behind me. Okay. There we go. What's even in here? Oh. Look at that, streaming for a little over an hour.